Hey Gearspace, this is Tom from the 3-Tom booth at Dutch Modular Fest, and I'd like to show you my mixing Flask prototype, which is as good as finished. So, mixing Flask is my take on a utility mixer, solving a few issues I had with most utility mixers. The main thing being that they tend to be a bit boring, so I wanted something that was visually more appealing, and mixing Flask certainly solves that with its lots of indicator lights and the front panel design. Another issue is that with most utility mixers, when you're mixing the waveforms of VCO, for example this tree body, it's possible to actually mix against the supply rail, and then your triangle waves or your sine waves, they turn into square waves, and that's not necessarily something you want. And the solution to that is to mix less hot, but let's be honest, who wants to do that? So that's why, for that reason, I implemented the soft clipping circuit on the mixing bus of Doppio. And that actually reduces the gain as 5-fold is exceeded, so you won't lose information from your waveforms. They will sound saturated but not distorted. So to give you an overview, there's 3 inputs here, each with its own volume or mix knob. All the inputs have up to 6 decibels of gain, so if you have a quiet module like radio music, for example, you can give it an extra boost. And then when you mix it, you will see there's individual indicator lights left and right of the inputs. When you have an LFO, you'll see actually they're polar, so when you're using this to mix LFOs, you can see on which side of the mixing bus things are happening, left positive or negative. Then as you get more signal in the mix bus, these are the indicators of the mix bus. You will see that the yellow light turns on. That means that it's at nominal level and is going to start soft clipping. If you exceed, you make the mix so hot, then it will start to hard clip, and these red overpressure valves will light up to indicate that that is happening. Now, this is not the greatest sound, as you're hearing, of several triangles mixed together. So now I'm going to initiate the soft clipping mode. And now things are saturated, but not necessarily distorted or square wave-ish. So let's have a look at the oscilloscope, and then you can see that happening. So here's the base triangle going into the mix. And you see as I start to push it, it will start to soft saturate. And I can choose 2 modes, very similar to Doppio, a steep mode and a less steep mode. And so when I now start to add an additional triangle wave, it will softly mix in, and you're not losing timbre information of your waveforms, whereas you see now I've disabled the soft clipping and we're running against the supply rails, and we're losing information because these peaks would otherwise be gone. And so as you mix more and more stuff in, you lose less and less. It keeps consistent. Now with the less steep mode, you see that there's a little bit of hard clipping here. If we notice that the red indicator lights are also on right now, so we can change to the steeper mode and mix it like that. And overall it will give you a more well-behaved mix and less chance of losing information to hard clipping.
Prices and availability?
Currently it's not available yet. Price is also still to be determined. but yeah, I hope to get some more clarity on this later this year.
We can see it in your website, right? We can see it in your website.
It's not on my website yet. So after Dutch Modular Fest, I'm going to start producing doppios. Doppio will come onto the website, and mixing Flask is currently only on my Instagram, on little places. But it's coming. For sure it's coming.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.